Hello, I'm going to show you how to migrate content from one course in Canvas to another. Now, when would you want to migrate course content? Maybe you are teaching two different sections of the same course, and you have some assignments already created in one course. Maybe you have some modules or some files, and you want to move them over to another section of a course without having to recreate all of those assignments all over again. Or maybe you taught a course last semester and there are some things in your Canvas course from last semester that you want to use this semester. So you can essentially copy and paste, so to speak, from one class to another, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do. So in this class, to import course content from another class, we're going to scroll all the way down and go over to the settings. So I'm going to click settings, and this will take me to my course details. Over on the right hand side, if you go down, there is a link that says import course content. So I'm going to click that link. Okay, so up here on content type, there's a drop-down menu and there are lots of different options. For this demonstration, we want copy a Canvas course. Okay, now I have the option of where I want to migrate my course content from. Now, if I'm going to be pulling something from a course that is not this current semester, be sure to check the include completed courses. If I don't check this, the only courses that are going to show up are my current courses and my future courses, but none of my past courses. So if I do want to pull something from a previous course from maybe last year, I'll check this, and now I'll be able to see my courses from years ago. Okay, so this option down here on content is very important. If you only want to pull a certain assignment or a certain video or a certain file, you're going to select specific content. If you select all content, it's going to copy the entire course. Now, unless you are starting from a blank Canvas shell and you want to carbon copy one course to another, then that's when you would select that option. But you don't want to select that option if all you're trying to do is migrate over a few things from a previous course or a different course, because otherwise it's going to copy the entire course and it's going to mix in with what you have and it's going to be a big mess. So select the specific content. Okay, now this option down here, adjust events and due dates. If you select this option, it will allow you to either shift current due dates you already have if you are, let's say, for instance, migrating some assignments. So maybe you have some chapter discussions in another class and you want to migrate them to this class, but they have old due dates. So you can check the remove dates option and it will take out all of the due dates. Otherwise, it's going to keep those due dates in there, but they'll be old. So let's say, for instance, you're pulling over some discussions from last semester. So it's going to have last semester's due dates on them, so you'll want to remove them. But you also have the option to shift the dates. So to demonstrate that, I need to actually select a course. So I'm going to pick my International Business course from last semester. Okay, so now you can see it has August 2019 dates in it. And so I can tell it to change those dates from Monday, August 19th. I can move that to, let's say if we were doing this at the beginning of the semester, and for some reason it's on 2017, so I'm going to make that current to 2020. Let's see, make it there. Okay. So now it's going to shift the dates from Monday, August 19th to, let's say, the first Monday of the semester. And of course, this is just an example. This is not the actual date, to Monday, January 16th. And maybe the end date was December 17th, 2019. So I want my end date to be May 8th. Well, this one's on a Tuesday, so I'll do this one on a Tuesday. Okay, so the beginning date from last semester was Monday, August 19th. The ending date was Tuesday, December 17th. So I'm telling it to change my beginning date from to Monday, January 6th, and Tuesday, May the 5th. So if all of my assignments were due on a Monday, it's going to keep those same dates in there, those same due dates, but it's just going to change them to the current semester. Or you can substitute them. So maybe I want to move all of my Monday assignments to a Tuesday. So these are just some dates that you can play around with. Typically what I do is I just remove the dates altogether. So that way when it moves over, students won't see it and get confused on what the dates are unless you are able to, perfectly copy over the dates, and that would mean that the calendars would have to align. Okay, so we're copying a Canvas course. I'm using my previous international business class. I'm selecting specific content because I don't want to copy the entire course. And I'm adjusting my due dates by removing them. So now I'm going to hit the import button. Okay, so now I have my job that's in queue. It's waiting for the selection. So what I'll do is hit select content. Now this is all of the content from my course from last semester. These are all of the modules. So I can migrate modules if I want to. So if I wanted to, let's say for instance, migrate over weeks 4, 5, and 6, I could check those. So it's going to migrate everything that's in those modules. And in those modules are videos, assignments, quizzes, discussions, some articles. Everything that's in that module, it's going to migrate those over. So maybe I don't want to migrate a module, maybe I want to migrate an individual assignment. So I have my assignments in groups. Maybe I want to migrate a chapter discussion from chapter 3. So I'm going to pick the chapter 3 discussion because I want to migrate that one. And maybe I want to also do the quiz for chapter 3. So I'm going to do that. Okay. And let's see, maybe there is a rubric that I used. I want to do the discussion rubric. So I'm going to migrate that over also so I don't have to recreate it. And as you see, there are some other things I can migrate. Maybe there were some individual pages that I created. Maybe there were some lecture videos that I have. Maybe there's just some other content on there and I want to migrate that. So I can do individual pages. You can also do question banks. So maybe I'm using a question bank and I've got a question bank for each chapter. I can do that to create some quizzes. So you have all these options. This is everything that you can pull from another course. So I've selected my rubric and I've selected the discussion that I want to migrate and the quiz and the assignment. So now what I'm going to do is come down and I'm going to hit select content. And how long this takes depends on how much content I selected. So sometimes it does it really fast, and sometimes it takes a few minutes. So we'll see how long it takes in this case. Okay, it says it's running. And we'll just wait for the progress bar. Okay, now it says it is completed. So now when I go to my assignments, I'll be able to see what was imported over. And usually what it does is it creates a group called imported assignments. So I probably will end up moving those to maybe another assignment group. But this is the discussion and the quiz that I imported from my course from last semester. And maybe I want this discussion to be up in this assignments group and not in the imported assignments. So I'm probably just going to delete that little group right there because I don't want to have an imported assignments group. Okay, so you can do that with anything. If there were some pages that I had migrated over, I could click on the pages link and they would be there. If there was a discussion that I migrated over, actually I did migrate a discussion. So I'm going to click on the discussions link and I will be able to see the chapter 3 discussion. So that was what I migrated over from the class. So that is essentially how you can use the import feature in Canvas to migrate course content. Now, if I had done a carbon copy, that is, if I had selected to copy the entire course, it literally would have taken everything in the previous course and copied it over to this one. So you have the option to copy a whole course course, or to just copy over certain assignments or certain files or things like that. So that's how you do that with the migrating course content.